Rocking empty. This first clip is from an unknown source that I came across while browsing the internet. It caught my attention because of the mystical nature of the video. It shows a girl sitting quietly in her room, but it's not what it seems, as it appears she's not alone in there. We see this little girl sitting on her bed quietly, playing with her toys when all of a sudden, there's a generating noise from the background. Initially, she can't locate where the noise is coming from, so she's scared. But it turns out, it was a small rocking chair in her room that was making the noise. As the noise continued, it wasn't long before her father came to take her out of the room, consoling her, as he could see she was already frightened to the core. It was obvious that it was actually a rocking chair, hitting against the wall of the room, going back and forth. The real surprise is what could be making the chair move on its own, as it's not supposed to be in that sort of motion. So what could be the reason? Can we relate this to spirits being in play? Thanks to the installation of cameras in the little girl's room, the father was able to see the discomfort his daughter was in, and then come to take her out of the haunted environment. Ghost Flash. Now, for this next instance, we'll be taking a look at the Terror Al Extremo channel on YouTube, where we'll dig into a nighttime exploration and discovery mission carried out by an experienced team of certified ghost hunters. Focusing on a particular moment that caught my attention, and possibly that of other viewers, it's a part where the crew turned off the lights and tried to convince the ghost to come out. Let's take a look at it.
¿Nos vemos bien ya?
Sí.
Ok. Algo que viva en esta propiedad o quien viva en esta propiedad que se quiera comunicar con nosotros. Alguien que se quiera comunicar con nosotros.
A member of the team, after they turned off the lights, was trying to commune with the ghost by asking some questions, hoping to get answers from whatever entity might be present. In no time, they got a response, a very strange voice that sounded like, go away, as if issuing a warning. After hearing that, he went on to ask if there was someone willing to communicate with them. As we can see in this clip, one of the team members was trying to communicate with the entity present in this mysterious house. If you look closely, you'll spot a tiny and very quiet movement captured on camera just by the corridor when the second question was asked. This could have been a very essential and important recording, as they might have recorded a real ghost this time around. We saw something unidentified just move past the open corridor. It's screaming paranormal, as this entity that passed did not make a single noise, even with the amount of debris on the ground. Hunting supernaturals. In January of 2013, a story surfaced about a man who was allegedly lured out of his own home due to some noises he heard in the forest late at night. Normally, one could tell that something paranormal was about to go down, because forests and the supernatural are like ants and an anthill. But in a very understandable twist, this man didn't believe in the supernatural or anything of the sort, so he probably thought the noise was something, well, ordinary. But his experience changed his mindset completely. Watch closely.
Pretty sure my friend who's doing a documentary on Bigfoot will enjoy this footage. That was a gunshot. Somebody just shot over into the woods.
came out of his house and walked close to the forest nearby where the supposed noise was coming from. He looked very frightened, and as such, he didn't enter the forest. In fact, he stood a very safe distance from the forest, but he continued hearing these mysterious noises. At some point, he thought it was probably a Sasquatch making those noises, which would have been scary enough. As he stood there a while longer, he then heard gunshots, and the sound stopped. But all of a sudden, they started again. This was really frightening for someone who doesn't believe in the supernatural. There were mysterious noises coming from deep within the forest. It was very late at night, and the forest was covered in darkness. It was obviously hard to determine what was making that noise, as the sounds didn't correspond to any known animal or anything within the ordinary. This sounded more like something extraordinary. After a while, there were sounds of gunshots, as if some group of people were trying to shoot at and maybe hunt the creature, which continued its cries. This particular video gained a lot of traction in the cryptid community, as people interested in the supernatural wanted to know what the problem was and what actually went down. But it seemed like there was a cover-up of the true story. Chucky Tarzan. So, this clip was taken in a storage facility, where a man had a storage unit filled with vintage items, really weird vintage items. Yes, the storage facility was creepy enough, but it wasn't as creepy as this particular unit. The man had a collection of really weird items, among them this really creepy monkey. It was initially worth a lot, and he didn't want to sell it, but now he wishes someone would buy it off him. Several times, the employees complained of hearing strange noises specifically from this unit. Some of them even accused the man of sleeping inside the unit, until they discovered that it was the items moving on their own that caused the disturbance. The items were in there, everything in its place, and then the monkey was lying on a carton. Suddenly, this monkey leaned up and proceeded to actually stand upright on its own, without any support from anything or anyone. It's a toy monkey, by the way. Whoa, okay, this was really scary. Some Chucky and Annabelle stuff right here in this clip, like a horror movie was being filmed. The toy doll, I repeat, doll, wasn't a toy with a remote controller or anything. It was just a doll, and it moved, stood up, and got down on its own. When the staff saw this, they were terrified. Apparently, the man who owned the unit was also frightened when he saw the doll moving on its own in the video. This alone made the entire staff, and even the man who owns the unit, believe that this is the reason for the weird noises and disturbances all around the facility. He is apparently seeking a buyer for the monkey, but after a disturbing revelation like this, who would want to own a monkey version of Chucky? When you're asleep, he can literally go bananas on you. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Danny Phantom. Monica Cruz was the author who submitted this video after witnessing this creepy event at her workplace. She and a group of friends work as security guards at a location she chose not to share with us. This mysterious location had been abandoned for a while, and her duty was to guard and patrol the place to ensure that no one attempted to break into the facility or anything related. After she received a call that a person had been spotted inside the premises, this is what she laid her eyes on.
The camera is for somebody. Always looking for somebody. We don't pay attention to this.
To the ghost.
No.
Who's on call?
We need to check the one in the office. And this is the same one that's in our office after everybody leaves, because I can freaking hear it.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm getting chills. I quit.
Damn.
And it moves fast.
Wow. It does.
I said hi. It waved to the camera. You saw?
Mira. We didn't see all that.
Oh my god.
We didn't get this far.
We didn't get this far because we were so impressed by the first one.
Wait.
Si we didn't get this far?
No.
There's more. It keeps coming back.
She keeps setting the cameras up.
Yeah. You can see the fine. Y ahí va, otra vez. Hola. What the fuck?
This is crazy.
No, salga la gente, güey.
They were playing the security tape to see who might have tried to enter the building, but it wasn't actually a person. Later, one of them was watching the video and noticed something really startling and nerve-chilling. A shadowy entity seemed to emerge from beneath the ground, moving all around the area. Then, after a few moments, it vanished, only to reappear again, almost as if it was teasing the employees. This was nerve-wracking because there was no reasonable explanation for a shadow-like thing wandering around an abandoned location. It disappeared and then resurfaced again, frightening the guards on watch. In this recording, we see a ghost-like creature, a Danny phantom-like entity, moving about haphazardly. Monica and her co-workers mentioned that it had really unusual movements, which was really frightening for them. Normally they would have gone to check it out, but this was something they really couldn't comprehend. So they continued watching to gather more information and details before possibly engaging with what they perceived to be a supernatural entity. With its fluid-like movement in and out of the floor, it terrified them. Monica even said that this is one video that still frightens her, as it seems unexplainable among so many things. The Ghost from Poland. There's this exploration team that you might be familiar with, called Old Finders. They are an exploration team based in Poland. This group has explored many places, searching for and sourcing evidence of the unknown. During one of their many explorations, even though they don't specifically focus on the extraordinary during these expeditions, viewers have managed to capture a number of unexplainable phenomena. This particular exploration took them to an abandoned mental asylum, which was quite large in size. But wait, a mental asylum? It's about to go down. This asylum was believed to be haunted. It's a mental asylum, so it makes sense. But proof of its haunted nature? We'll get there in a jiffy. This was the exact moment that caught attention. Watch closely.
To cały czas generalnie słychać w tym budynku jakieś opadające krople na ziemię. Jakieś trzaski gałęzi. Wiadomo, jesteśmy obok lasu. Jest dużo zwierząt w okolicznych lasach. A poza tym my jesteśmy tutaj w deszcz. Jest naprawdę nieładna pogoda.
The entire team was moving together, surveying the entire property, sourcing out facts and anything of interest as the case may be. There were really weird paintings, the sound of water drops constantly falling, which wasn't a problem as they were in the rainy season, and sometimes even branches breaking, all highly explainable due to the nearby forest. As the explorer flashed his light across a crack in the wall, there was a figure spotted in the distance. However, it happened so quickly that no one noticed. Something weird was spotted, but it wasn't too obvious. If you look closely, you'll see that as this person flashed his light across a crack in the wall, someone or something appeared right there. It would be easy to debunk, but considering that this is a haunted location and an ex-mental asylum, there's a huge possibility that the entity could be a mystical being. For all we know, it could be anything. I'd like to know what you think about this one too. Let me know in the comments below. So there you have it, several phenomena, many of which can't be explained in ordinary human terms unless you switch over to the extraordinary, while others might just be a concept of nature that wasn't well understood. Either way, this is something really creepy to spot. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content like this. See you in the next video. Sayonara.